Hey, man. Another day, another drill. That's how we get it done. You'll never get better watching other players work out. Go do something. Why you standing here? Go work on your game.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on.
everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do. What's the roll? Like money in the bank. Let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do. let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
up? Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you can also hit a quick game. That's right, you'll be able to play 5 total games with access to 4 stacked teams. Current Clippers, current Bucks, all-time Celtics, and all-time Lakers.
Oh, and the jam by Kobe Bryant.
2KU is also back in
I don't know if this is a huge story, but it's definitely something.
How you
With
feeling
their
tonight?
latest victory, Chang Company have officially clinched the division.
Don't be a downer, Hank. That's great news.
It's certainly not bad, but I'm on record as saying the division doesn't matter.
Wrong. It matters big time, Hank.
All right, look, I'm not going to get into this again, especially when we've got a fun segment coming up that we could be getting into instead.
Ooh, what could that be?
Power rankings, yeah. We're going to talk about the biggest risers and fallers this week as we tackle the Western Conference.
Into it.
Yep, that's coming up next after the break. More Hank and the Hornet in a few.
The tall buildings of downtown Boston lighting up the nighttime sky. Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Tonight with us as well, the Book of Basketball author, Bill Simmons. Bill, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son, who can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice when he hears my voice just yelling at him normally. Now he gets to hear me break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, how
he
great
likes
is
it.
that?
Yeah.
DA, it's all yours.
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. As you can say, he's been groomed for this, and it's paying off. Guys?
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. In watching Jaylen Brown, sometimes, you know, Billy looks like a future star. Other times, he struggles. Now, he's only a couple years into this league, and I get that, but what do you think he needs to do to gain more consistency with his game?
I'm actually a huge Jaylen Brown fan. The last 4 months of the season, he became a really good two-way player. And I think the model for him potentially is Paul George, because he had a lot of the same checkpoints that Paul George did.
Great comparison.
Paul George is somebody that the first couple years of his career didn't go to the line very much, which I always like to look at to see, especially with a forward, if they're going to actually become a real scorer, you want those free throw attempts to be kind of in the 7, 8, 9 range. Jaylen Brown doesn't get to the line, but Paul George didn't either, and I think he's such a good athlete. He's a really smart basketball player. And I think he plays hard. I think that was a weird situation that he was in last year. And he was one of the only ones that got better as the year went along.
He plays hard. You saw something in his eye. I don't think you like coming off the bench.
He didn't. I think he's really good.
Now the starting group for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Dimes is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Isaac in at the 3. And for the Celtics, Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Cantor in at the 5. Now, here's Isaac. He's tightly guarded. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And, you know, Isaac is not afraid of a little contact. When he's shooting, he looks for contact.
You know, Bill, you've seen Gordon Hayward work his way back from injury. How much longer do you think until he's 100%, both physically and mentally?
Well, he's basically lost 2 years. You know, he lost the first year, obviously, because of the injury. And then the second year was really up and down. And he would have these waves where he was confident for a week or two, and then it would just go away again. Heading toward the playoffs, he looked great. And then it went away again. Right. And I always felt like he had a little bit of PTSD from the injury, where there would be times where he just didn't want to drive in traffic and bounce off people and play in the air. And if you watched him in Utah, that was all the stuff that made him special. Like, he was a really athletic player. And when you lose that, it's hard to get back. It's hard to trust, like, when you land, somebody's foot's not going to be there.
It's like if you blew a knee, you're always worried about people down around you, right?
So the role model would be Paul George, because Paul George, you could see the first year he came back was a lot of the same. You know, he was a little nervous in the air. He wasn't as physical as he used to be, and then it came back and then some. So the hope with Hayward is that that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here's Hayward. A 17-point game for him in the win against Miami.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
You've been producing documentaries, going deeper into athlete stories, which I know you love, because I think you're curious more than anything else.
Yeah.
So what drew you to that process?
Initially, it was we dove into these stories. We thought that was the inefficiency of, instead of these big, broad type of documentaries, concentrate on events and players and moments and things like that.
Fuck all the bullshit. I'm having a good day. I don't want to hear none of the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Cardo, what's happening? Fuck it, I'm gonna tell you how my day went. Hey, got a call from a bitch. I've been waiting to hit. My smoothie came out perfect.
And I think as you get into that and you start doing it, it just becomes intoxicating. And the cool thing about it is no story should be told the same way you would tell somebody else's story. You just don't know. You got to figure it out. Like we had Steve Nash his last Lakers season. He wanted to do a documentary about it, and then we spitballed it, and we decided it was actually a better idea to do an in-the-moment digital series about it that you could experience in real time with the thing. And it was the right idea, and that was really good. I think trying to figure out what story clicks the best with an athlete, how to tell whatever story they have correctly is the coolest part of it.
Here are the Magic now, following the miss by Kemba Walker. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And it's Vucevic missing.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
And Bill, of the championships you've watched the Celtics win, do you have a favorite?
I do, actually. 1984, came back against the Lakers in the Kevin McHale clothesline game. Brought them back to the Garden for Game 5. It was so hot, Kareem had to wear the oxygen mask. And then finished them off in Game 7.
Rambis was the recipient of that clothesline,
He was.
wasn't he?
And he
Yes.
deserved it. It's not like he didn't deserve it. But the Celtics were just tougher that year, and I try to forget that the next year they came back and beat the Celtics.
Hayward against Fournier. Here's Cantor. The basket good off the assist from Hayward.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Here's Dimes. A 14-point game for him in the win against Charlotte.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
With an almost entirely new group here. Bamba is checked in for Vucevic. Leonard comes in for Aaron Gordon. James Ennis, he'll check in for Jonathan Isaac. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Fournier. Bill, if you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite, they actually blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some young players,
and still stay competitive.
Build
so they kept the momentum of their franchise.
Yeah, they stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics before them did the same thing in the mid-2000s. They're just trying to find assets and figure it out on the fly. That's the approach I would use. I would never fully commit one way or the other to anything. The goal is to try to accumulate assets and figure out what you have. And I think the smartest teams do that.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here's Dimes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
And there's Williams. That's good on the assist from Green.
You know, still a raw talent, but Williams does have a reliable inside game that continues to get better. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Here's Smart. The Magic getting the bucket. Knocked away. On the clock. Bamba with the block.
Guys, that's all athleticism and timing. Bamba, a terrific shot blocker because he uses the physical tools he has quite well.
Now, here's Bamba. After the miss from Silva. Rebound by Williams. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Boston. 9-point game. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Yeah, you know, that differential jumps off the page to me, and whether it's more disciplined defense or more aggressive offense, They've got to look to flip that script tonight.
And so it's Orlando heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be right back after this. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now
during his high school days
in this
league.
He's
got to be pretty good.
Moved into the conversation.
Indiana renowned for their basketball
in our league.
And
Blazers have scored 7 straight points.
Us,
2 minutes remaining.
So far.
Knicks lead by 7. Here's Barrett off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Lillard.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know when the team
Covington from 3, in and out. Here's Trent wide open.
Up for the rest of the game.
Randall with the rebound.
They had their chances, folks. Then it's Marcus Smart, and it's one
couple of opportunities to cut the Knicks lead to 4.
That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
That hurt.
Carter Williams, the pass to Fultz.
And now Robinson is whistled for the offensive fouls. He looked to set the screen for Randall.
But you have to give her.
See, Robinson has to be stationary. Watch what he does.
Try and help them get better.
See how he's moving?
I think that's the coolest thing you
have
can
to be
do, especially
stationary.
if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things.
7-point Knick lead down to a minute 20 on the clock. Here's Lillard into the corner for Hood. Hood from 3, so they missed their last 3 attempts from downtown.
My dream initially was
they needed those, so time is no longer their airline.
And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next. But
1 minute remaining here at the Garden.
Things are going to be fun and work out.
Randall had it knocked away by Covington.
And you have to have
Knicks maintain possession.
Awesome people that you completely trust who can
The
help.
Blazers waited too late to tighten up their defense.
Especially
it's been porous all afternoon. Now they're playing good D, but
and I think that even works for an NBA
too little, too late.
Organization. You know, it's not like one.
Payton replaces quickly. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
A team around you is the most important thing.
Payton gets it into Randall. Randall double team. Ball swatted away.
Williams has got his first points of the night.
Carter Williams is a wily,
Covington.
wiry athlete who finishes well through contact.
Randall.
There's little you can do.
So the Knicks will have it underneath.
To keep him from making
with
these
3.2 on the shot clock.
To talk it over. Bill, it's no secret
Here's
that
Burks.
Your heart lies in Boston.
Rebounded by Cantor.
Just what was it like growing up in and around that area?
Down to 45 seconds. Knicks lead by 7. Here's Lillard from way out. Rebounded by Burks.
A lot of it is cold weather stuff, I feel like, where there's 5 months a year that
they will jump it up.
And then there's 3
Burks
other
and
months
Lillard.
that,
but the Blazers missed their last 4 opportunities.
So the sports makes
they
it
were open, could not get them down.
You're crazy anyway, but there's nothing like being in Boston when something good's happening, like Celtics making
Lillard, a profile in courage today, folks. You could tell the man was hurting.
The Red Sox and
trying to do it for the team.
He's
played 37 minutes.
You can kind of feel it.
29 points, 9 assists.
That's the difference between here and a place.
Knicks have not scored in over 3 minutes. Blazers have missed their last 4 3-point attempts. Down to 30 seconds remaining.
Teams changing it up here.
Another missed 3, and then Robinson is fouled by Cantor.
Trail by 6.
A very entertaining matinee this afternoon. Offensive.
Walker looking for an opening.
Extravaganza, back and forth.
A lot of contact. And
so looks like the Knicks will prevail.
TJ Augustine picks one up.
You know,
a combined 33-point field goals in the game, Clyde.
Walker is
tremendous shooting.
To get
all
it done
about
inside.
rhythm, guys getting open, moving the ball around the perimeter.
Attacking the paint.
So again, the Knicks defense was their best offense. Allowed them to get some easy opportunities in transition.
Blazers average 116 points per game. They've scored only 99.
The Connecticut alum continues to just thrive
And now
on
the
the
Knicks
offensive end.
will use a timeout. Burks could not find a teammate.
See, and you like that about the Blazers, Kenny, what they're doing. They're still working hard and diligently here, but they didn't do that early on. Their defense was very
And he's
poor.
good on the second.
The disparity in the paint this afternoon was overwhelming.
Been around for a while.
Points in the paint, 50-28
something that's not
in favor of the Knicks.
Touchdown in terms of
Stay tuned after the game for the Knicks post-game show presented by Kia. Join Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, and Wally Zerbiak for a complete recap of today's action.
There's always like a
and then
best guy in
after the post-game, get hot takes on the hottest topics. Join Monica McNutt and Kazim from UED, along with special guest Victor Cruz as they talk Knicks, NBA, and more on MSGPM live after the post-game right here on MSG.
We were very clairvoyant. At the top of the show, we talked about Pete.
Certain teams just have
he did not disappoint this afternoon.
Pointing, they're good at fist pumping.
Coming off the 20-point game in Chicago, Peyton today with 22, 7 rebounds, 4 assists.
Before the game to do the special
provided the spark that the Knicks needed off the dribble in the paint, finding his teammates.
And Clyde, you talk about the Knicks defense. Only once this season, over their first 21 games, has Portland been held below 100 points.
I was like, man, this guy's really, he's not playing, but he's into it. Affect the game.
And the Knicks are needed tomorrow, Kenny, with the Miami Heat here.
Here's Isaac, defended by Hayward.
Barrett double teamed.
Here's Gordon. That one.
And another timeout taken by the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau out near half court.
Boston Celtics. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. They come
Tom never gives up, always on top of his team, wanting them to play exquisite basketball.
Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally.
Knicks use their final timeout.
Like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The way Brown sprints towards the rim makes the defense uncomfortable. I mean, he's really adept at drawing contact on his way to the hoop.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
So for the Magic, Evan Fournier comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Dimes in for Carter Williams. And Brown drops them both. Orlando leading. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Dimes in their last game against the Hornets put on a show. He finished with 14 points, and the energy he played with was amazing, willing his way to a double-double. That game was just the latest example of how hot he's been. We'll see if anyone can cool him down tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David. You know, GA, you wonder how much of that performance can carry over into this one.
You never really know what will happen game to game, but I sure wouldn't bet against him.
No, you can't bet against a guy like that. He looks like he's in a groove, focused, on top of his game. No reason that he can't keep it going.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one.
And, you know, there's no question about it. Hayward is an exciting player and an athletic forward who can really, really score.
James Ennis, he'll check in for the Magic. And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Gordon, the pass to Fournier. Here's Dimes trying to get something going. Another miss by Orlando.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And always as enlightening as you're going to find. Bill, thank you so much for your insights. Always appreciate you joining us. I hope you come back.
I don't want to leave. Why do I have to go? Can I just stay here for the
I'm
rest
reading
of the
this
game?
note, and the note says,
No,
thanks, Bill.
Go. I'm not leaving.
Hope he comes back.
I'll stay.
And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
The shot's good from Fournier.
And Fournier has been an absolutely lights-out long-distance shooter every season he's been in the league.
High, arcing shot. Walker's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Fournier's shot is off. Outside, Walker. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Walker's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
Walker's savvy, his creativity, I mean, the touch on that floater up high. Man, that's sweet.
Tie game in Boston. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Steve Clifford. Steve, what's the focus going into the second half?
The big thing is they've got so much offense, and they have so many guys who come in and score. You got to play every possession defensively, and it's got to be every single possession.
Coach, thanks very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Nice game. Great performance by Evan Fournier.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through two quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Orlando, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with Dimes. And it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. Mark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
The kick out to Walker. A three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Now, here's Isaac. Not a lot of room, and it's good. 2 points. And it's a 4-point Orlando lead.
And, you know, Isaac, Kevin, is no stranger to contact. Doesn't mind it, embraces it, and as a result, the defense can't bother or distract him.
Walker. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Walker against Fournier. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Silva. That shot off. Some solid defense from Brown. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Up it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Kemba Walker. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it.
Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Murray comes in for Aaron Gordon. Markel Fultz is checked in for Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Dimes. Augustine with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Now, here's Bamba. Defended by Dimes. Good on the triple. And the Magic lead by 5.
Man, I like the quick catch and release from Fultz. Confident shooter.
You take the
Ready
big
to
pass
fire
here,
as soon as he catches it.
It's not clear. Wait, Alex. And Felipe.
On the wing, Green. Pass to Smart.
Don't go to shoot a three. If not,
Smart's got 7 points in the game.
You stand up, go. This guy pass the ball, and then you go out and go again to shoot a three. To shoot a three. If not, okay. Let's go.
Keep shooting open. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Brown is checked in for Green. And a change for the Magic. Carter Williams is checked in. Smart deciding where to go with it. Now, here's Tice. Covered by Bamba. There's Brown with the 3. It's not going to go for him. The Magic go the other way with it. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
And you know, really, Carter Williams smart at drawing contact. He reads defenders extremely well.
And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
That free throw missing. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
And Michael Carter-Williams gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Ennis, he's checked in for Orlando. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Wanamaker the pass to Brown. Orlando grabs the miss.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Here's Dimes. Passes it to Isaac. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Orlando needs to get off a shot. Here's Silva. Here's Bamba. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Smart.
Yeah, you can see Bamba's composure down there. I mean, even when he's under pressure, he stays aggressive and calm.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Magic.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9½", and that gives him a huge sphere of influence.
Walker's checked in for Brad Wanamaker. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Orlando. Good on both. Right, you look at Bamba able to touch the rim while still on the ground. And he gets off the ground pretty well, too.
A good athlete, still getting stronger and developing his feel for the game. But he has something you just can't teach.
Here's Brown, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Well, I like the fact that the energy that Brown plays with makes him a guy that does a good job getting to the line.
The Celtics shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. That free throw good from Brown. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Walker the pass to Brown. A floater. Rebounded by Isaac.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Pass to Silva. Shoots over Walker. And there are the Magic with another bucket. 59 seconds left to play in the third. Misses off the left iron.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Here's Dimes. He's got 8. Back to Isaac. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
You know, Isaac has shown us he's got a nice jump shot. His next step in development is being able to make the hard, contested shots.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Good on the shot. Walker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Dimes, guarded by Walker. Here's Silva. Here's Gordon. Williams with the block.
The reach of Williams is outstanding. He uses it to perfection to deny shooters.
And so it's Orlando going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Celtics trail by 10. Tatum and Cantor together down low. Walker and Smart, the guards. And it's Hayward in at the small forward. That's the Boston 5. Outside, Walker, a 3-ball. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 8th rebound here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Shots good by Walker.
I think you got to play up tight on Walker. Even though he's got great quickness, he's excellent at using any space you give him to pull up for the jumper.
The pass to Bamba, and stolen by Tatum. Now here's Walker. He's guarded by Silva. Now here's Hayward. Here's Walker. Here's Cantor. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And that one misses. Fault, he's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. He doesn't get the second one.
They're not doing themselves any favors with their free throw shooting this half.
You know, you talk about the explosive athletes in the NBA, the most explosive athletes. I would think Aaron Gordon has to be on your list. I mean, this guy has great feet, tremendous speed, and he puts both to use on both ends of the floor.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut back down to 8. Those were necessary points from Kemba Walker. To the paint, stolen by Smart. Here's Walker. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 17 points for Kemba Walker.
I think scoring is what Walker does best. He's phenomenal at that aspect of the game. He scores in a lot of ways.
Here's Silva. No good on the fadeaway. And the athleticism is obvious for Gordon, but he continues, Clark, to still work on his skill game.
I love the fact that he's continuing to improve. He's grown as a shooter and a playmaker. He's always been a pretty good ball handler and passer, and we really forget how young he is, man. This guy still has a lot of room to grow.
And the Magic can hold on to the ball. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. He knows they struggled at the free throw line, but he actually looked at the positive. He said, if we continue to get to the foul line, good things are going to happen, but we have to keep getting there. Maybe that'll take the heat off them a little.
Yep, that one goes.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep six or forget, but in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Walker dishes to Hayward. It's rebounded by Fultz.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Silva. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
Now here's Walker. He's covered by Silva. Cantor goes up again. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 11 rebounds in the game.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they've brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
Take a look at the NBA. Who's the best, you think, Clark, at controlling the defensive glass, getting the missed most shots, and getting their offense back in gear?
Yeah, I think even though he's a bit undersized, he does a great job. Draymond Green, not only does he rebound the ball defensively, but he also can ignite the break because of his ball handling and passing ability. Giannis Antetokounmpo does a great job on the defensive backboards, as does Joel Embiid.
And the #1 pick in 2017, Markelle Fultz out of Washington, 6'4". Clark, do you think he's more of a point guard or a 2?
Well, you know, at Washington, Kevin, I thought he showed the ability to score and assist at a high level. Coming out of college, I thought he had a chance to be really dynamic in both areas. Time will tell if that's the case, but I think playing the point could take some of the pressure off of his shot as he regains confidence in that part of his game.
Here's Walker. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, you look at Walker, and he's a slight guy, but he powers through it all. Terrific, deceptive strength.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
And Orlando making a change here. Fournier is checked in. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, you know, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
Hayward kicks to Tatum. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Count that bucket.
Well, I like the shoot-first mentality of Tatum, guys. Staying aggressive and keeping constant pressure on the defender.
Silva, the pass to Vucevic. Excellent D from Cantor. Celtics trail by 10. To the middle. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Brown. 22 points for Kemba Walker.
Boy, Brown, not just a super athlete, folks, but he's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
Out left to the wing. Isaac kicks to Fournier. Clock at 6. Here's Vucevic. They can't stop the run with that one. Austin's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And it's Brown missing. Orlando's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. There's 48 seconds left in the game. Fournier against Tatum. Gordon trying to break loose, and he comes up with the deuce. And the Magic lead by 10.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 10. 40 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dimes.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. Seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now here's Edwards. He's guarded closely. Free throw line jump shot. He gets that one.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
Here's Dimes. He kicks it to Murray. Passes it to Silva. Pass to Isaac. 5 on the clock. Williams with the block. From deep three-point range, missed. And so it's Orlando winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
Eles não desistem nunca, mas nós nos mantivemos firmes no jogo. Vitória por 54-46 em cima do Celton Damasco. O Kemba fez estrago em cima de mim, né? 22 pontos. 19 minutos, 16 pontos, 3 rebotes, 4 assistências, 3 erros. 8 de 19 nos arremessos, 0 de 1 em bola de 3. Um rebote ofensivo com os mais positivos de 12, responsável por 26 pontos. Atuação sólida, tranquila, jogando com as dificuldades que a defesa do Celtics impõe, mas eficiente dentro do que era possível. Quando acelerei no final, o time acelerou e nós ganhamos. Tranquila a nossa atuação, mas é claro que o jogo foi bem difícil. Fiz a transmissão sem microfone, sabemos que o momento não é tão simples na nossa vida, mas tenhamos perseverança e busquemos fazer a vontade daquele que nos criou para que possamos ter uma vida um pouquinho melhor. Voltamos em breve com mais transmissões aqui do nosso canal, mais partidas da nossa carreira 2K20. Um abraço e até a próxima.